Hello everyone. Today we are going to solve one more numerical from 2023 paper 1 question number 6b. So let's discuss the question, then I will connect you with the subject and the topic. Okay. The question is, the following information has been extracted from the records of X Limited engaged in large scale customer retailing. You are required to forecast its working capital requirement for the year 2022-23. 1 year constitutes 52 weeks. So the demand of the equation is you have to consider the 52 weeks only. Now don't contradict the examiner or the question raised. You have to go with the flow of what is given in the question. Okay? So it's my humble request, don't waste your time in contradictions here. Projected annual sale. It's a projected, that is estimated annual sales is 87 lakh 81,500. Percentage of net profit on cost of sale is 30%. Average credit allowed to debtor 14 weeks. Average credit allowed by creditor 7 weeks. Average inventory carrying in terms of sales requirement is 12 weeks. Add 15% of the computed figures to allow for contingencies. So now we can connect that this particular question is related to your financial management working capital requirement. So it's a basic, the initial part of a working capital requirement. So it's my humble request, before going through this video lecture, if you are a beginner, please go through the basics of the chapter, cover the basic portion of the chapters, do the basic questions from there, and then come to this solution, so that you find yourself confident enough to mix up all the theoretical knowledge you have covered there. Okay, because if you directly jump to these kind of solutions, this may break your confidence level because you won't be able to solve it. So it's my humble request, cover the basics and now then come to the solutions. Okay, solution is not going anywhere, so you don't mug up the solution, try to understand, because same question is not going to repeat in your examination. So pattern may repeat, so numbers may switch. So try to do the strategy I'm giving you. It's a 100% guaranteed result that if you cover your basic understanding, collecting the terminologies by reading multiple times, and then come to these kind of solutions. Okay, okay, just start with the solutions. So now you may think how to start. The first question student may come across, that how to start these kind of questions. Okay, so we have cost of sales, that is 30%, and we have sale value is 87 lakh 81,500. So we can start from here. Okay, I hope you can connect the dots. It's very important to understand from where to start the particular question, how to solve. Okay, so you have to practice that. It's my practice that I can make you so much confident enough with this session, so that you will able to find out very easily how to start. Okay, so let's solve the cost of sales. Okay, so we need to compute the cost of sale. We have a sales value and we have a percentage of net profit on cost of sale. Okay, so projected annual sales, we have rupees 87 lakh 81,500, and percentage of net profit on cost of sales is 30%. So moving ahead, you should know the difference between cost of sales and sales. Okay, if you don't know, work on your basics. Okay, I'm not going to explain this here. So even after covering the basics, you have this query, do ask. Okay, so let cost of sales be C. Okay, I'm just trying, you can assume anything. Okay, so we have 30% of profit of cost of sale. So we can see 0.30 of C, 30% of the cost of sale. So we have sales cost plus profit. Okay, cost means cost of sales here. So we have 87 lakh 81,500. Cost of sale is your C. Profit is 0.3 C. Agree? Please don't mug up. Try to understand whatever I'm doing, the mathematical thing or whatever the thing I'm doing. It's very important for you to understand. Okay. and do ask, do contradiction. I'm ready for everything here. So 1.3, yes, calculator is allowed in the numerical papers, okay? Not in paper 2. 67,55,000 is your cost of sales, okay? Moving ahead. Then we have debtors and creditors. So let's go with the debtors. Second point, average debtors. So we have a debtors of 14 week. So average credit period allowed to debtors is 14 weeks. Okay. So why we have a term credit allowed to debtors or credit allowed by creditor? So it's a homework for you to ask yourself, do you know these differences or not? Okay. So we have 14 weeks, and in the question itself given that in 1 year we have 52 weeks. Okay. So let's calculate average debtors. Average debtors is, generally we take, in case of debtor, we take credit sale. Agree? But in the question, we don't have credit sale itself, but we assume that cost of sale is the credit sale. So we can take sales by our 52 weeks, which is given in the question, into 14. Cost of sales is 67,55,000 by 52 into 14. So what will be our debtor? 67,55,000 divided by 52 into 14. Now it will be 18,18,654 is your debtors. I hope you got it. There is no extra mathematical equation is required here. Okay. Next in the question we have a creditor. Hope you remember the average creditors. So we have a average creditors. So let's see what is given. The period to the creditors is the 7 week. Okay, 7 week. So we have average credit allowed by creditors is 7 week. Okay, so in the question we don't have any kind of purchase data. Average creditors, so we don't have those data, so we have to assume that what is sales, cost of sale is the your credit purchase. Agree? So we have 67,55,000 by 52 weeks in a year and credit into 7 divided by 52 into 7. So we have 9,09,327. Agree? This will be your average creditor. Okay. Next we have a inventory of 12 weeks. So let's compute the inventory. The fourth number is the average inventory. So what we given that average inventory carrying means holding is 12 week. Okay, so inventory is on the cost of sale because we don't have an opening and closing inventory. So cost of sales, okay, by 52 into 12, again 67,55,000. You don't need to be over smart, because I have seen so many of the aspirants who became over smart and trying to dig out the other data, and if not available, they questioning that question is wrong. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Okay. We have 15,58,846 as an inventory. Everything we have. Let's compute the working capital. Okay. So I hope you know the net working capital, how to compute the net working capital. So we need a current asset and the current liability, but we don't have a individual detailed current assets. We have an individual current assets. So let's add them. We have debtors. and inventory, and in the credit capitals current liability set we have a creditors, right? Debtors 1818 654, 1818 654, agree, and the inventory is the 1558 846. Okay, so what will be your total current asset is 1558 846, that is 33,77,500 is your current assets. A. Now we need a current liability which is in the form of creditors we have in our case. So what's a creditor? 909327 327. So 909327 is your current liability. Mark it P. Okay. So what will be net working capital? Net working capital is A minus B. Please satisfy. Don't do any rectification. Try to cover your basics, then do these numericals. 24,68,173. So this is your working capital, and question specifically mentioned please add margin. Okay, so question specifically mentioned that add 15% of the computed figure to allow for contingencies. So let's add the contingencies. Add contingencies 15% of this 2468 173 3,70,226. Okay, so the net result will be working capital requirement. Once again, 2468 173 plus 370,226. It's 28,38,399 is your net working capital requirement. So nothing much given in this particular question. So we have to solve the numerical, whatever the data given to us in the question. Instead of contradicting the questions, try to understand the questions, the requirement of the question, and do the solution. So I hope I able to help you solve this particular numerical. Here we didn't focus on conceptual understanding because that I covered in the class sessions also, in the other video sessions which is available in your respective playlist. So kindly go through the basics, cover the basics, revise the basics, get some good vocabulary, and then come to this kind of numerical. I'm also going to include various numerical which is raised covered in different government exams, because most of the time I have observed that those numerical has been raised in your examination with some, so it's in terms of numbers, and sometimes it's a Xerox. Yes, it's a Xerox. So I'll try to cover those numerical also from time to time. What I recommend you, just don't waste your much time out there. Go and speed up the videos, try to understand that particular numerical concept, the demand of the questions, and the way solution come. Okay, and just quickly do it. Okay, and if you find something difficult, make your one day revision note. Okay, don't spend much time on that. Okay, so this is all about with today's session. I hope you got the solution of that particular question. So we have covered almost many numericals since 2011 and onwards, and I'm not going much back because that's an old tradition and you have to be updated as per the requirement of UPSC. So it's better to moving forward. Okay, so I hope these solutions are helpful. In case of any doubt, feel free to ask in a comment section. See you in the next session with more knowledge. Till then, take care. Bye bye and Jai Hind.